Good morning and welcome back to the channel, Mark's Garage. Today we're going to take some time and share some information about air tools and the accessories for air tools. You know, it's interesting. When you take a couple of moments, you'll look around your garage, cars, motorcycles, ATVs, all those things, and you start looking at how many tires that need compressed air. It makes sense to have the right tools for the job. So let's get to it. Several years ago, I owned a twin tank compressor from Craftsman, and it worked very well. However, it was noisy. In fact, here's a true story. My previous garage was detached from the house, and I accidentally left that compressor on in the on position, and that evening around 2 a.m., I was awakened by the sound of a compressor. True story. So I got out of bed, went out to the garage, shut that thing off so I could get back to sleep. So fast forward to today. Here's the unit that I have in Mark's Garage now. I purchased it from Harbor Freight about 2 years ago. It has worked great, and I really do enjoy the quietness of this unit. In fact, Harbor Freight has a nice review of this and a comparison to another one in terms of quietness, so we'll watch that.
The Fortress 2-gallon ultra-quiet oil-free air compressor is perfect for the DIYer to the pro for such applications as inflation to two-man nailing and stapling. And with the specs that you see here of 2-gallon, 135 psi and 2.1 SCFM, this unit has up to 50% more runtime than competitive units in its class. And at only 60 dBA, it's up to 80% quieter. Here, take a listen to the comparison. The secret to the technology is a dual-headed pump. With 2 cylinders, you can afford to run this pump at slower speeds and still get your target air delivery with the added benefits of super low noise and super long life. Also, with the wraparound roll cage you see here, as well as the metal control panel, this unit does a great job of protecting vital components. With the low 7.1 amp draw motor, this unit is able to start in temperatures down to 14 degrees Fahrenheit or on an extension cord. With the lightweight aluminum tank, this unit weighs in overall at only 37 pounds, so it's still very lightweight, easy to carry, easy to store. And with 2 brass couplers, it's ready to power a 2-man crew right out of the box. The 2-gallon Fortress ultra-quiet oil-free air compressor, available only at Harbor Freight Tools.
So here's the unit in Mark's Garage. It's from Harbor Freight. It is the Fortress Ultra Quiet series, so really enjoy that. And one of the things that I've done that make it really convenient is to pair that up with this FlexZilla 50-foot reel, auto retracting, so that's nice. And then I additionally have another 50 feet in case I need to go further, but this has really worked out well in terms of a way to do that. Okay, so here's a second option for an inflator or a compressor, and this is made by Ridgid, and it takes the 18-volt battery, and how it works is there's a little connection right here that goes onto the valve stem, and what you do is you dial in right here the PSI that you want. You press the button and it automatically inflates it to that level. So it's a nice option for just being more mobile if you got to get out in the yard and pump up a tractor tire or something like that. A third option for an inflator is this unit here. This happens to be from SmartSafe. It basically is about 5 or 6 inches tall and maybe 3 inches wide. It's a lithium-ion battery, and this one has a little screw-on connection on the end. And what's nice is I take this with me on my motorcycle trips. So in case someone has a flat tire, we've got the ability to to pump up the tire. And again, very similar to the Ridgid, you dial in the PSI you'd like, press start, and it inflates it to that level. So that's another option. I'll put links to both of these inflators in the description. So there are a wide variety of air gauges available, and I think what you're looking at here is a good representation, starting with some of the least expensive, these pencil gauges. They work, but they're not totally accurate. And then into some of the dial gauges, I think that they're a little more accurate. This one is the Harley-Davidson branded model. My favorite one is this one here. It's my last purchase. It's from Jaco, and I do want to spend a little bit more time talking about this one because I think if you're going to invest in a gauge, this is really the way to go. So a little bit more information about this Jaco. This is the Elite Pro tire gauge, 0 to 200 PSI. Some really nice features, which include a swivel chuck. So this rotates, which is really handy. It also rotates right up here at the gauge. And it's got a pressure release button right here so that you can actually let air out of the tire or item that you're checking PSI and get it right down to the right number. So that's an air bleeder valve, basically. And it's just really accurate. So the accuracy of this is, I believe they state that it's within a 0.5% accurate. So you gotta like that. And if you're picky about what the tire pressure is, then this is really a nice gauge to have. And I'll demonstrate for you how it works actually on a tire. And then I'll make sure that I put a link in the description for where I got this. So this is the Jaco digital tire pressure gauge, and this works pretty slick. And so I just inflated this tire a little bit higher than what it calls for. This should be 20 PSI, but the neat thing is that right here, this little button, you can press that and lower the correct gauge pressure to what it needs to be. So we'll take a look at that. Okay, 26, down to 25, 24, all right, right to spec. So I will share with you just one thought, one idea. It works for me. I keep this next to the compressor and the air hose, and it's this little reference chart right here. I call it the motorcycle tire pressure reference, and it gives me a chance to quickly gauge and take a look at what pressure do I need to put in what tires. Instead of going back to the manual and figuring that out, this just makes it a lot easier. So I keep a couple of air chuck inflators. The first one basically has the standard. That works well when maybe you don't have a lot of room. I also like this one and tend to use this one the most. This is the dual chuck inflator. Makes it real easy, certainly when you have a right angle valve stem or one that's a little unusual to get to, you can use the back side of that. And then the other accessory that I keep handy is this, basically an air wand. You know, when you need to have some compressed air to blow something off, the key thing to remember there is make sure you're wearing some safety glasses if you are going to use that. Thank you for watching this episode of Mark's Garage, where we got to talk a little bit about air tools, compressors, accessories, and all the things that are useful to me as I'm trying to keep all those tires at the right numbers where they need to be. So please subscribe to my channel, like this video, and until next time, take care.